Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends for another special feeding episode. This time we're going to be feeding a water mythic who is into tanking, attacking, and healing. This is Kawthor, and as I mentioned, he's a mythic, he's water, he's from the underworld, he apparently is undead, but does enjoy winters. Unfortunately, he does have only one open ruin slot, which means he's going to be expensive. High maintenance, know what I mean? So we're going to find a spot for him, and no, you're not going to hang out with the ladies, dude. Nope, we have you down here with them. Okay, I'm not sure what he just did, but it looked quick and painful. Alright, so there he is. Even small, he's large. Do you notice that? Yep. Okay, and apparently he had some coins and money for us. Alright, this is Silicon. Now, I'm going to come up with some kind of cool name for him. Maybe Cthulhu or Cthulhu Jr. Alright, so this is Kawthor. He is a mythic. He is water. He has an evolving trait. Let's take a look at it. He begins at rank 0 being immune to freeze. At rank 1 he gains Abomination, which means he's immune to possession, corruption, nightmares, and bleeding. That is definitely worth an upgrade. At rank 3, he also gains life regeneration. At the start of the battle, the caster receives life generation, so that's just for him. But then again, he does a lot of healing. But starting off with that is pretty darn good indeed. Alright, let's look at his stats. His strength is enormous. His life is really good. Speed is not very good, but he doesn't look very dexterous, does he? Alright, let's look at his initial skills. He begins with Another Dimension. Deals moderate water damage to one enemy. And then we go with Through the Portal. Deals low water damage to all enemies. And then, of course, his special skill, You're Already Dead. Deals very heavy water damage to all enemies. Applies possession to all enemies. Ooh, he's going to get into your head and take you over. This monster, made of ember and hatred, came out of the portal of abominations when a furious vampira threw her engagement ring into it. Oops, somebody's mad. Kawthor is the ultimate abomination. Will he be the one who dominates the other monsters who came out of the portal? Could be. Maybe there's someone bigger than him. We'll have to find out. In the meantime, he needs tomatoes. Lots of them. So let's get going. To his final form at level 4, and there he is. Yeah, he's definitely got that Cthulhu look to him. But he's got magnificent hair, doesn't he? Yes. Well, let's see about the skills. They begin at level 7. Careless Laceration. Deals heavy water damage to one enemy, and that is a 0 stamina, 0 cooldown. I'm going to be keeping that one. Just too darn useful. Yep, too darn useful. Alright, let's continue to level 10. An Eye for an Eye. Applies Skill Mirror to itself. Skill Mirror can be useful, but I think in this case, probably not going to keep it. No, he's got a lot of good stuff. Alright, so let's continue to level 20. Long Trip. Monster Ingestion. Deals heavy water damage to all enemies, applies life regeneration to itself. Very good skill. I'm going to put that right up here. It's a great combination when you do a lot of damage to the enemy and give yourself regeneration. Hey look, it's only a 2-round cooldown too. So he can perpetually keep himself on regeneration. Alright, so let's go to level 25. Friends are Strength. Kills one ally, applies triple damage to itself during one turn, applies positive effect protection to itself. I'm not going to be taking that one. No, I do not like those skills that begin kill one ally. It means that I will not be able to use him on like war defense or PvP defense because you never know what he's going to do with that. Just not a good skill, if you ask me. He's got so much good stuff that I just don't need it. That's just me personally. Don't like that. Alright, so let's continue to level 30. And we're just going to go with that one again. Are we going to see that one over and over again? Level 35. Bloody Consumption. Deals massive water damage to one enemy, applies bleed to one enemy, heals self by 20%. That is a 1 round cooldown. So, gonna throw that right there. That really is gonna hurt too. Especially with his strength, and let's face it, the strength runes that are going on him. Alright, so let's continue. We may have seen everything already. We didn't. Body Harden. Heals self by 50%, applies taunt to itself. So this is the tanking part of this individual, but the 50% heal is also really kind of nice. Not losing that one. I'm losing that one. Yes, I'm going to hold on to that one. That one is just really, really useful. He's got a really big life. You're probably going to put more life on him. He's got the regeneration thing going, but being able to get 50% of your life back and then put taunt on to protect the rest of your party just sounds really, really good. All right, so let's continue. And I do believe that's everything, although I'm sure we're going to see this one a lot on our way to 60. I'm guessing that one is sitting at the top. Yeah, we're just going to keep doing that, and yeah, I know that, but I'm not going to kill any of my guys. Just not going to do it. All right, and in at level 60. All right, I'm just going to make sure that we didn't miss anything, although I don't think we did. Let's face it, these mythics, they don't have a lot of skills. Absolutely no. Nah, I don't want the skill mirror. It's kind of the choice. Do you want that one, or do you want the taunt? But the thing is, you kind of have to have one to have the other one. You know what I mean? If you're not taunting, then a skill mirror really isn't as effective because they're going to kill everybody else first. All right, and this one, these were the starting ones. You know, normally I would look at the starting ones, but the fact that he's got this one with the 0 stamina and the 0 cooldown and a heavy water hit, yeah, those are just null and void. So I kind of like what I got with him. All right, let's look at his stats at level 60. All right, yeah, he's got a really good strength there. Really high. It's really going to do a lot of damage. His life, pretty much nearly 22,000 at 60, so it's over 60,000 once you get him to 100 before you do anything else with him. And let me tell you something. I am going to be ranking this guy up. Definitely going to be doing that. The Abomination alone is definitely a reason to do that. But you want this guy to have more health. You want him to have more damage. Speed, you know, that's not kind of what he does, right? All right, and let's take a look at the skills that I selected here. I think pretty much this is going to be a standard, unless you really wanted the skill mirror. Let's begin with this one. Monster Ingestion. Deals heavy water damage to all enemies, applies life regeneration to itself. All right, good, solid group hit. Pretty low on the stamina, too, considering what it does. I mean, it does heavy water damage, and it gives him life regeneration. And it's only 36 stamina. For a mythic, that's amazing. So for this guy, you really don't have to worry about stamina because he's got skills that seem to be within the range. You know, those other two are kind of big, but this shouldn't really be much of a problem in regards to this guy, especially with the 0/0 he's got. But this is a really good one here. Do a lot of damage with this, and of course, life regeneration, get that going before he even gets hit, right? Then we have this one, Bloody Consumption. Deals massive water damage to one enemy, applies bleed to one enemy, heals itself by 20%. So he's getting some more healing on top of the life regeneration just by hitting somebody really hard and making them bleed. A whole lot of, I believe that's a 65 damage right there. So with his power and extra strength in the form of runes, that's just gonna wreck really hard. And then of course we have this one, Careless Laceration. Deals heavy water damage to one enemy. So the thing with this guy is he starts off being immune to freeze, and then at rank 1 he becomes an abomination, so you can't possess him. Now you could stun him, but you might also activate his cooldowns or take his stamina away from him. You do either one of these, he can still use this one. So that's the reason. Definitely want to hold on to this one for emergency situations. And then finally we have this one, Body Harden. Heals self by 50%, applies taunt to itself. So he could use this as a taunt. It's only one round, but situationally could be very useful to protect weaker members of the party. You could also just use this as a 50% heal. And with the amount of life he has, that's a lot of healing going on right there. In addition to the life regeneration and then the 20% heal he's got from the big bloody consumption hit. So he's going to be really hard to kill. really hard to kill, and that's actually pretty darn good too. Now, in terms of his runes, what I'm thinking of 2 strength and a life. 1, I want him to do a lot of damage. Now, you could try to make him faster, but I think that's kind of a lost cause because he is pretty slow. So I'd want to work on his strengths, one of which is his strength, and the other of which is his life. I want a lot of damage whenever he hits with those heavy water hits, because that's what he's got, right? And except for the massive one. You want him to hit like a truck. But you want him to actually be able to take a lot of damage, and you want his heals to actually be significant, right? You want him to be very hard to kill. I mean, if you get him to rank 1, you're not going to be able to freeze him. You're not going to be able to possess him. He's not going to be susceptible to bleeding or nightmares. So he's going to be a little bit hard to kill. Yeah, definitely. So I kind of like the idea of him being meaty. I mean, if you weren't going to go with the taunting way, you know, that last skill, and you're going to go say something else, or maybe even just the skill mirror, I mean, you might want to put a speed on him or something like that. I just think he's slow enough that it's really not going to make that much of a difference in the world of Mythics. I mean, you could go with a support rune or something like that. But me, myself, I want him to hit hard, and I want him to be meaty. So, like I said, 2 strength and a life. Anyway, this guy is pretty darn good. His treat really makes him good. If you get him up to Abomination, he's going to be a real pain. And he hits hard. All of the attacks I have, they're all like at least heavy damage. He's going to be inflicting a lot of pain. And yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. And he is going to be in the next testing video, which is probably going to be fairly soon. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See you.